Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
All right.
Delicious water.
We are live, and I think everybody can hear you, so I think we're good on that part. You want to do an audio check on yourself, make sure you can be heard, as is per tradition?
Yes, I can hear myself. We're good.
Okay, cool. Already love the spam of the water cooler.
Well, hello, everyone.
I have to go back and chat and fucking, stop the, blocking of spam.
Oh.
I have actively moderate that, which is kind of fun. But with it, of course, we do thank you all and the value shareholders for joining us this week's Pass the Salt. We have I think we have a fun lineup of news. There's not too much going on, but still little juicy bits. As usual, I'm your host, Matthew Garcia, and with me I have today
Taylor Evans. Hello, how are you? How's everybody?
Doing pretty solid. What have you been up to this past week?
In terms of hardware news, not a whole lot. Haven't done anything new and whatnot, but some video has been happening. I will say that.
Yeah.
Got Forza Horizon 5, Battlefield 2042. Got Pokemon Brilliant Diamond next week, so that's pretty cool.
Nice. So Forza Horizon didn't break your computer this time around.
No, it did not explode. I'm almost disappointed.
Right. And I know you started playing a little bit of Battlefield today. How's your experience with that so far?
Surprisingly stable. It hasn't crashed for me, so that's instant. It's it's already doing better than Battlefield 4's launch.
Except for yesterday.
Right. Well, I guess that was more of a server issue and not really people's clients crashing.
That's a day one issue still.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. But yeah, the servers. I meant me personally, for the crashing. Yeah. Because it's people's clients used to crash for Battlefield 4 whenever the Levolution was triggered for a while. So anyway, yeah, so my client-side crashes have been fine. The servers have been okay this morning. Not stellar, but better than yesterday.
Okay. Steps
on the
in
soft
right
launch.
Direction.
That game is janky as hell.
Classic EA/DICE. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I have any other fun stuff?
The frame rate is kind of disappointing.
That's not too surprising there. Classic EA/DICE.
Yeah.
With it, I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Played a little bit earlier today. It's a pretty good looking game. I'm enjoying it. I have not made it out of the tutorial part yet because I did not have enough time to be able to get past that portion of it. But I have bigger problems in front of me. Mainly the fact that this right here, it's out of water. Because I had water in it this morning. And when I went out to fill it up before the podcast, there wasn't any water in my house. As you drink water in front of me. So yeah, this is empty. Got nothing going on in there. Which I imagine our value shared holders will be very disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought of a method to make up for this. Because I know sometimes when the shareholders like to donate and whatnot, we have to drink.
Yes.
I have this. If you want to know what dog water tastes like, this. It's supposed to be natural lemon flavored water, but it just tastes like lemon juice. Shareholders, no water, cope. True. Tech for
shareholders. Tech for cope.
So if the value shareholders want us to drink via super chat, I will drink this, and it is absolutely disgusting. That is me to make up for it.
It's better than nothing, I guess. I don't know.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But that is my shame today, is that I'm out of water in my house, and I because it was just right before the podcast started, I tried to go and fill it up. Shareholders. Or share hodlers, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Share hodlers.
There you go. Are you off your game today?
Well, I'm out of water. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Dehydrated.
The drift is strong.
True. Yeah. Can I read?
Well,
no. But yeah, that is my plan to
not read.
I can't read. If to make up to atone for my mistakes today, I will
atone for your sins.
I will drink this
dog water
straight up. This stuff is disgusting.
All right, well, chat, you heard him. Let's figure out the verdict there.
Yeah.
How about we jump right into our explosive news story?
Well,
wait.
Before that, we gotta plug the other things like our Twitter at tech_4_thought. If you want to go ahead and retweet that to share the good word, we really do appreciate it. Just sharing the channel, just even with just one person, does make a difference in terms of how a channel grows in an earlier stage. So we really would appreciate if you'd share it with somebody on that part, and not share it between each other. I know you're probably thinking of that right now. And we also have an Instagram at tech_4, spelled FOR_thought. That is also a place where we occasionally post stuff and a little bit of memes there. If you think I'm breaking out my wallet, you're very wrong. Then I don't have to drink the dog water. Easy solution. Outside that, we also do have the membership, as you can see, with the little icons people have been little emojis people have been using. We have a good chunk of them now. We got 5 in total, 5 emojis. We have the water cooler. We got a little riot with our little mascot there.
My favorite.
Yeah, straight up. Got Goofy Matt. We got Taylor, and we also got Sean Incarnate, the Jazzy Skeleton, also known as Nerd Awakens. All right, and then, of course, if you wished, the membership is one of the best ways to support us if you wish, because it helps us directly on that part. You don't have to do too much else. $5 a month, and you get access to all that stuff, plus a neat little badge next to your name. Right now, most
only
people
gets better over time.
It's true. It starts at wood leak, plastic, copper, silver, gold, and diamond. If you want diamond, you got to stick around for 2 years to do that, which is kind of going to be interesting.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The first person to reach diamond, I don't know. It's going to be insane.
There are 3 people in the race right now that will happen on the same day.
Yeah, true.
It depends on how much they're willing to commit. My bad, how much they're willing to cope. Yeah. Just like how OnePlus is coping right now with our first news topic.
Yeah, OnePlus is going to need some straight up copium.
Yeah, so as we dive into that aspect of it, OnePlus Nord 2 5G users claims his phone exploded. OnePlus responds to it. A Twitter user has claimed that OnePlus Nord 2 smartphones exploding inside the user's trouser pockets.
Do not scroll down. Why? Because I think there's like gore that we can't really show on YouTube.
Cool. I'll double check that. The tweet further claims that the blast caused injury to his thigh, and the user shared photos of the injury along with the OnePlus Nord 2 smartphone, which appears to have been completely burnt. Responding to this incident, OnePlus told TOI Gadget, "We take such incidents seriously. Our team has already reached out to the user, and we are in the process of collecting the details to investigate further." The user, who goes by the name Saeed Sharma, tweeted that never expected this from you, OnePlus, or #OnePlus Nord 2 blast. See what your products have done. Please be prepared for the consequences. Stop playing with people's lives because of you. That boy is suffering. Contact ASAP. So yeah, it's a little bit much of a reaction there, but whatever. With it, no, there's no gore.
There's literally a picture of his leg blown.
No, all I see is
the fourth picture in the tweet there.
All I see is like a little image of the phone. I don't see a thigh burnt up.
Oh, okay. So maybe that tweet isn't loading for you then. Okay.
Yeah, probably ad blocker doing its job.
Okay. Well, it's an embedded tweet. It shouldn't come off as an ad, but whatever.
You'd be surprised sometimes.
Okay. Anyway, you should be good then.
He further added in another tweet, OnePlus is in constant touch with us, and R&D teams is working on the case, and we are cooperating with them to get this resolved ASAP. Talking about the phone, the OnePlus Nord 2 5G is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 1200 chipset, and comes with
all your relevant information to the story.
It comes with 3 RAM.
Yeah.
3 RAM and storage.
Okay, the last 2 paragraphs are literally just the specs of the phone.
Yeah, which is not interesting on that part.
The only piece of relevance is the 4,500 milliamp battery, but that's not like overtly dense or large. So that leads me to believe there is another engineering issue here that is at fault.
Yeah, with it, at least with the little image that it shows at the top with the bit of a phone, it doesn't look like it's where the battery is. At least batteries tend to be more towards the core-ish part of the phone.
I mean, it depends on at what point it ignited.
Fair enough. But it looks like it's on the edge, which is, like, weird.
I think that's about where the battery would be for that phone.
Let me see if I can pull up a better image. Like I said, I can't see the tweet with this article, but hey, whatever. Oh, but, I mean, it's not a... I mean, it's got warp charge 65. Do you think that would be an issue at all?
I still don't think so, considering Xiaomi has, like, the stupid, like, over 100, like, hyperspeed charging or whatever, and their phones don't explode.
I have to bear with me here.
I honestly...
Chat. There we go.
I honestly just think it's a manufacturing defect, in all honesty.
Yeah. What do you think it's like a battery issue or specifically like more like a motherboard issue?
Probably a battery issue, specifically a battery issue. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if it had banked on something, it would be the battery having a defect in it from the factory, and yeah.
How common has this been happening?
I don't know. This is the only story I was able to dig up on this. I was gonna say it's just like we can start talking about like engineering or design issues if it was more widespread, but much to my knowledge, someone in chat can correct me if they find anything else about this or something, but it's like this is the only like documented case of that phone exploding in someone's pocket. So it could just be like a one-off defect from the battery.
Yeah. Chat says you get none of my money. I work here. I know you work here, Sean. Hydrate, water cooler, hydrate or dilate, hydrate. Okay. I said what I was gonna do with this. Right now, it's the way it is.
Where the water at?
Where the water at? I currently have none.
I have water.
I know.
Came prepared.
I had water this morning. My thing was full. Drank through that. Went back out to fill it up before the podcast. Nothing. Feels bad, man. All I have is just this terrible splash.
Dog water.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. Dog water, bro. Anyway.
Straight dog water.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. What do you think about the phone?
I mean, like this is the first I've heard of it, so not much going on there as far as I'm aware. I do think that could be a fascinating, fun lawsuit for people to see, but
right?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting on that part. Drink it.
This is gonna be quite the settlement there.
I will not drink this water until provoked otherwise by certain means, such as super chats.
Okay.
With it, did you ever have a Note 7?
No.
Okay. Because I know with the Note 7s that was much more prevalent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was straight. You see, what happened with the Note 7 though, that was straight up an engineering defect, like a design flaw in it, as opposed to just like a manufacturer defect. Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of a different issue, at least it seems like. No, I never had a Note 7. At the time, I had just the S7 that came out. I wasn't interested in the Note at the time.
But now,
Note life. Note gang.
Note gang.
Yeah, Note gang.
But you know what what else is disappointing? There we go. Got that. YouTube.
Yes.
We don't we just have like a TechCrunch article because we know a good chunk about it, but just to throw something up on the screen there. But YouTube has announced that decisions to make the dislike count on videos private across its on its platform. The decision is likely to be controversial given the extent that it impacts the public visibility into a video's reception, but YouTube believes that the change will better protect its creators from harassment and reduce the threat of what it calls dislike attacks. Essentially, when a group teams up to drive a number of the dislikes in a video receives.
Shit.
What?
Maurizio, I can't cope it anymore.
Maurizio, I can't cope it anymore.
Thank you for that, chat. Anyway, back to the story.
Only real intellectuals use Windows Vista. Yes, that's
Fair
true. Intellectuals in one way or another, I guess. But with it, so what are your thoughts on this before I dive into my stuff?
I hate it.
Okay.
This helps no one. This is just going to lead it to among many other things, at the very least, it's going to lead to an overt prevalence of like scams and whatnot on YouTube, because it's just like, you ever go to like a tutorial or whatever, and it's just like, you see the dislikes, and it's like, oh, this tutorial is trying to dog water, bro, because of the dislikes. You don't get that anymore. Yeah. So it's like, I'd imagine people are going to be lured into, like downloading stuff that they probably shouldn't because of this, among other things. And so, yeah. And honestly, I guess I just don't understand what the point is, considering that the creators can still see the dislikes themselves. So it's like, you can't even take like, oh, it's an anti-harassment or anti-bullying stance or something like that, because the creators themselves can see it. So it's like, it doesn't help anyone, in all honesty. Yeah.
That's kind of my big deal. This is just,
and it seems like, honestly, for lack of any other reason being presented, it seems like this is just done from a point of censorship for the public. So
yeah. With it, my big thing about it is like, YouTube claims this is for to protect people from harassment and stuff like that. That's not how it works. People
but it's like,
can
to my
still
point, though. Yeah, the creators
people can still see their numbers and whatnot, and the algorithm still works the exact same way when it comes to like to dislike ratio. So that there's no change there, and it's only really done to protect like big companies on that part, even the White House too.
Yeah, or like, other governments.
Yeah, other government agencies and whatnot. But this is just, there's no benefit here. Like, there's no reason why. Even every creator that I have talked to on this part is think it's dumb. It's really dumb.
People hate it, yeah. And it's like, you have to understand too, it's like this whole like streamlining sort of safe spaceness of the internet is kind of becoming ridiculous now. Like, I was talking about Battlefield 2042 earlier. There's no all chat, and the scoreboard is like, there's no like individual scoreboard.
Unlike Siege.
Broken by individual players. Yeah, exactly. Unlike Siege. And it's like, oh my god. Well, Siege has its own problems with like, they're cracking down with what you can say in chat to kind of an unreasonable degree, IMO. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Back in my day, we once starred bad videos. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Scoreboard. Very true.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, if you're going to be on the internet, then
you have to expect some pushback if you're opening yourself up to the world.
Right. And it's just like, if as a creator you can't handle I'm not saying you like creators should be like, I'm not saying people should go harass people or anything like that, or but I'm just saying it's just like, because it happens, if you're a creator, you kind of have to understand going into it that in order to be this, one of the costs of it is like, you might be harassed a little bit, you might get a little trash talk your way, that's just kind of part of the job description. It's not
that's very true. I know on just here on Tech for Thought, we've had some videos just like get like massively downvoted in the ratios. I know one
ratio.
Yeah, my ratio. One of them was the video I did about updates when it came to what's the name of it? Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I would like, because it was just like at the time I laid out my thoughts. Everybody gave me shit for my thoughts because I had like relative reason.
You turned out to be correct.
Yeah, relative reason to saying this isn't going to work out because there's still a lot of issues with the technology. People said, "Nah, bro, that won't work that way." Turns out I was right. People came back when I said, "Haha, I was right." And like, "Nah, you're just shitting on it to shit on it." It's like everybody was saying that. It's like no. When I started saying this, nobody was.
I know. It's like they hated him because he spoke the truth.
Facts. Will you guys do more iceberg vids in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, yes.
Yes. They are very long to research. That's the hard part.
It takes me like the Apple one. I was able to crank out the virus one in like a day. The Apple one took about a week, but I didn't like blitz it like I did the virus one.
Yeah.
And the next one I'm looking at is very, very long, so that would probably take a couple weeks to do. Although I'm thinking about maybe finding a different topic that's more in line with the length of the previous icebergs. So
yeah. Well,
it's just a matter of figuring it out. If you want to like maybe go on to one of our iceberg videos and comment another iceberg you'd like to see, we'd be interested in checking that out.
Yeah.
Ideally tech or video related though. So
did my internet just poop itself?
I think you're okay.
Let me just refresh and make sure we're still live. Yeah. Okay, we're still
live.
We're
good.
But yeah, I mean, it would help too if you wanted a specific iceberg for us to research, because we do not create the lists when it comes to icebergs. We just happen to find them and then perform the research from there. If you want to link a specific iceberg or something like that, that would be nice as well.
The water cooler iceberg. If you can find a water cooler iceberg, then by all means.
Not only would I be impressed, but I'll personally do it myself. I'll do that research and get it done.
Yeah.
I can't wait for one day to like this channel is going to have its own iceberg.
Right.
April Fool's video water cooler iceberg. No.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah. I mean, that is always in the works. It just, those videos take time. Yeah. There's plus with recent news as well, there's been a lot of stuff coming out, so we've had a lot more to talk about outside of just icebergs. So that's kind of been the big thing these past couple weeks and months or so. If we had another video pop off like our iceberg one, that'd be nice.
It'd be cool.
It would be. But hey, if in the meantime, while we're working on other stuff, if you wish to share our stuff with other people and spread the word, that'd be very much appreciated. It always does help a lot. Next big milestone since we broke 1,000, I guess, is now 10,000 on that part. I know from what I've talked to people about, 10,000 is where like YouTube like treats you differently as a creator.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's like an AI iceberg out there, so that might be a fun next topic.
AI iceberg would be fun. Top secret government softwares. That one's a little bit more iffy because all the good stuff we don't know about. Yeah. But you know what we do know about? The Steam Deck getting delayed. Hey, Lamau.
I hope this was not a surprise to anyone.
No, not in the slightest. Steam Deck launch delayed by 2 months. Thanks to The Verge. Valve is delaying the launch of the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck, its handheld gaming PC, by 2 months. The Steam Deck has been set to launch in December, but Valve now estimates the first orders will start shipping in February of 2022. They did state that we're sorry about this. We did our best to work around global supply chain issues, but due to material shortages, components aren't reaching our manufacturing facilities in time for us to meet the initial launch dates. One editor at The Verge is now seeing a Q1 2022 estimate ship date for Steam Deck reservation that was originally slated for December launch window. Another is seeing a Q2 2022 estimate ship date for an order that was initially going to arrive Q1. Both placed their reservations on their very first day that Valve opened pre-orders. I wonder how many pre-orders they did sell.
I think quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. The only thing I want to hear from them is Half-Life 3 being announced. Straight up, though.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Valve, can you make Half-Life 3? This is cute, but make Half-Life 3 already.
You tell me you didn't enjoy Half-Life Alyx? Or whatever it was called.
I don't have the equipment to play Half-Life Alyx. Most people don't have the equipment to play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah. It's a shame. That's one thing about Steam or Valve is interesting, not Steam, is that they they make good stuff and they're rather innovative, but the issue is they tend to do it in dumb ways.
Mm-hmm.
Skulls. Hey, if you want to use emojis and whatnot, become a member, and you can use our custom emojis that we've created for the channel. If some members or share hodlers wish to spam their emojis to show it, feel free. But with the global supply chain shortage has had a massive impact on the technology industry. Next-gen consoles and NVIDIA 30 series graphics cards have been famously difficult to buy for going on a year. BMW said last week that some new cars won't have touchscreens because of the chip shortage, and even Apple has felt the sting, saying that it lost $6 billion in supply chain constraints in the most recent quarter. Right?
My File Explorer just crashed.
In Windows 11?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Is it not pulling back up?
No. Not, it's... Okay, I'll deal with that later. Anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, but with it, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that Apple even lost $6 billion due to the supply constraints.
Right, and they're the people who are going to be the most anal about their supply chain. So, yeah, this is something that affects everyone. No one is immune to it. I don't know. It was pretty hopeful Valve was going to launch this in the midst of the global supply chain crisis here. So,
yeah,
what they're thinking behind that was not really sure.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But it's not too surprising on that part. It's kind of crazy to think that the part that kind of is a little bit crazy is the one slated for Q1 is now being pushed to the next quarter. That part is kind of interesting.
Yeah, so it's like it's an overall shipping delay. So it's like if you reserved your Steam Deck maybe a couple days after the pre-orders went live, it's like you didn't expect to get like a later shipping date, and it's like that got pushed back too. So it's
you
like
weren't expecting almost a half or 3/4 of a year later.
Right, exactly. It's like the entire supply chain has just been shifted forward because of that. Yeah. So when it comes to that, so it's like, yeah. But again, it's like I don't really understand Valve's logic here in thinking this was going to be a good release. It's kind of like how I would criticize Microsoft and Sony for releasing the consoles last year too. So
yeah, that makes sense on that part. I know it is not good. Not good for anybody right now.
I didn't even give Nintendo mild shit for doing the Switch OLED this year too. It's like that's gonna be short.
It's one of those things like either you do it or you're just gonna be delayed on it. So it's one of the things. Do you just keep progressing the march of technology, or are you just gonna halt it because other things are having issues? That's kind of the dilemma there. I'm working on a laptop for a customer, but it's not turning on. Like no lights, no fans, zero. I'm thinking it's the motherboard. Thoughts? Did you check?
Kind of. I would start with the battery and power sources first, make sure that's okay, and then it's most likely a motherboard issue.
Yeah, I would personally say check the motherboard connection to the battery, see if that's a thing, and plugging in it as well if you haven't done that, just to see if there's any indicators on that part. Because even if the motherboard's not connected, it should still run just based off of a wired connection.
Yeah,
that would be my second guess.
I'm saying just check, make sure like power is actually making it to where power needs to go first, and then motherboard.
Then it would most likely be motherboard.
Look for something that looks mildly exploded.
Singed.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it's not surprising that there's still technology or like supply chains issues. I mean, things have gotten better. The issue is the demand is still just high and it's still outpacing supply.
Yeah.
But it's getting better. It'll probably be another, what do you say? How long do you think before we return to some relative level of normalcy?
And it's an Inspiron 1750 from like 2015. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little bit older on that side. Maybe also that sounds like it could definitely be a battery issue depending. If it's about 6 years old.
Yeah, just run it off like AC power and try.
See, why not?
Yeah. Okay, so what I was gonna say was about this for the normalcy, end of 2022 probably.
End of 2022.
Best. At best, yeah.
At best, okay.
Like maybe Q4 2022.
I was
So I'm saying
thinking
we have a little bit less than a year left of this hell.
Okay.
Before things start to normalize a little bit. I don't think it'll be perfect. I think like a full recovery probably wouldn't happen until like 2024.
Yeah, until more fabs are built.
Yeah, like a full recovery. Like I'm talking like you want to build a PC, hit up Best Buy or Micro Center, everything's there, you right.
We don't have a Micro Center.
I know. That's why I said Best Buy too.
Sometimes they have stuff.
Drop Fry's Electronics.
Well, they're dead now, so
I know.
You drop them like they drop themselves.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the cost of gas where you guys are? It's roughly $3 a gallon here in Texas. Here in Arizona, it's I don't even know. Last time I got it was like 3 weeks ago. It's like no.
Let's see. The cheapest price of gas is $2.93.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
And Taylor, how much is the stuff that you get?
$4.59. As of Thursday.
Type R's.
Yeah.
I swear. Raspberries. I have a Micro Center by me.
Yeah. Well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Micro Centers have started having stuff back in stock, so.
Right. Yeah. I think Jay did a video about that. I don't know.
I don't really watch Jay that often, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Yeah. Gas is not looking good. I remember this time last year when it was $1.85.
It was great.
Yeah, he uses premium gas because he drives a Type R.
It's my car. Yeah. Anyway.
Type R drivers, man. All right. What's our next topic? Let me pull that up. Oh yeah, cool. We don't really have too many topics this week. We have 5 instead of the usual 6. So. And
they're all very tiny.
They're all very tiny.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Bro is like 169 in 2018. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better times.
2019 was lit.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway.
Or 2018. But with our next news topic, this one actually I am quite pleasantly surprised by, is that Apple will no longer disable Face ID if you perform a third-party iPhone 13 screen repair. That's a big change. Let's go, Brandon.
Yes, that is.
If you erroneously broke the iPhone, are you okay? You good?
Yeah. Go. Keep going.
I was reading chat.
Yeah, I'm saying watch what you read from chat.
I just kind of read everything.
Yeah. That's the problem I'm expressing. Watch what you read from chat.
If you erroneously broke your iPhone 13 display and attempted to perform your own replacement procedure, Apple will disable Face ID, much to the dismay of customers and third-party repair personnel. Even if it was a genuine display, you could no longer access the device through facial recognition. Fortunately, things are taking a positive turn as Apple says it will stop locking down this feature. Speaking to The Verge, Apple stated that it will release a software update in the future that will not force you or third-party repair shops to transfer the microcontroller necessary to keep Face ID working after screen replacements. Apple has not stated why it's moving away from the usual practice of locking down third-party repairs, but it might have something to do with all the criticism the technology giant has faced through media, right to repair advocates, and possibly infrastructure customers. Or infuriated customers, my bad. After all, it costs a fraction to get your iPhone 13 display replaced by a third-party vendor, as opposed to stepping foot inside an Apple Store outlet. So all the negativity surrounding this controversial decision might have forced the company to take a back seat. Before, when you were attempting to replace your iPhone 13's display and powered on the handset, you would get an error message saying unable to activate Face ID on this phone. Repair shops that did not have access to Apple's pairing tools could take the microcontroller from the original display and to the replacement part. Original display to the displacement part, but it would be a time-consuming process that requires soldering, a microscope, and a steady pair of hands to complete. Very true. Skilled iPhone repair gurus could have finished the jobs easily, but it's just another extra and unnecessary step that made matters complicated. Apple has not stated when it's intended to launch the software, or when it intends to launch the software update that stops Face ID from getting disabled, but let us keep our fingers crossed as we'll keep our readers in the loop, says people from WCCF Tech. Which is a very nice change. Did not mean to go to the intro. What are you guys saying in chat?
It literally stopped me. Okay.
Probably because spam.
There it goes. Yeah. The spam got me. Okay. Anyway.
I got the 12, and I might have actually went to the 13 if it was a decent enough upgrade. But since Steve Jobs died, innovation has been minimal. That's also fair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with it, I mean, it's Apple at least has been taking a step in the right direction this year.
I don't remember what story this followed, but I'm pretty sure Apple did this for some decent PR because they were catching shit about something else. I forget what though.
I don't know. I really don't keep up with Apple.
Okay.
That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Just got a 13 Max from an 11. Oh, okay. Worth the upgrade, do you think, so far? Rosdries?
We will see on that. But with it, do you remember what the story was specifically? I remember.
No, I do not.
I remember there's something about side loading the other day.
Oh yes, okay, yes, that's what I was in reference to. Yeah, Craig Faraday, the guy who's been like the big dude at a lot of the Apple keynotes and whatnot lately. He's the guy with silver hair but very dark black eyebrows. Get better hair dye, man. I don't know.
I think that's just how it is.
Okay. He made some comments about sideloading, basically saying where it's like some comments about sideloading where it's just like he basically said it's like if you want to sideload by an Android, which duh, obviously, but it's just like you generally shouldn't tell people to buy your competitor's product.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a little bit out of context of what he said, but it was the discussion of like Apple, they might allow you a bit more freedom with like MacBooks now and like Mac OS and what you can do and whatnot, but Apple really wants to stick to iOS being very locked down, very controlled, etc.
Yeah, they still enjoy their walled garden. So far, yes, the screen is very nice. Makes sense. And I'm really jealous of the 13 Max because the 120 hertz is silky smooth.
You know what pisses me off?
What?
Genshin on iOS on like iPhone 13s runs at 120 frames now.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, they've literally only updated the iOS app because of the 13. I'm really jealous of that.
Well, you have an iPhone.
Oh yeah, it's a 12. It doesn't do.
You can trade it in.
It's locked to sensitive. Yeah, I don't want to.
Why don't you want to?
I'd rather spend that money for a gas block.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I doubted it until I tried it. Yeah, on a phone, 100 plus refresh rate, whether it be 120 or 144, does make a difference.
Super nice. Even 90 is a noticeable bump.
It feels much smoother in comparison from the tests that I've had or I've done with it. So, although I say that, yet I have a broken S8. You can probably see a bit of cracks on my screen there. You can see it definitely on the back of my phone.
It's a pain in the ass on the Note 20 because this does do 120 hertz, but only at 1080p. So it's like
it's a downgrade.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I'm excited for the S22 Ultra is to do both.
Honestly, that matte black S22 Ultra does look sleek.
I like the red the most.
The red does look good. It reminds me of your Austin headphones.
Right, it'll go well. If we ever do a review for that, those are going to be in the B-roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Easy.
We
need to step up our B-roll game.
What color did you get your 13 in, Rosdries?
What color do you think you got it in?
Black.
Blue.
Oh. I was trying to make conversation. Anyway.
Like his favorite color is blue.
Yeah.
But welcome to change. I want how long do you think it'll be until Apple pushes out this update?
I think it's already live. I don't know.
They said it hasn't been pushed live yet.
Oh, okay. It'll probably be with iOS 15.2 then, which is coming up. It's already in beta, so yeah.
Oh, my hair, it's annoying me.
Same. Not your hair, but I mean my hair is annoying.
To be fair, you can take a buzzer to yours and on that part.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Blue, of course. Yeah. Pacific Blue looks really, really nice. Or I'm sorry, Sierra Blue. The Sierra Blue looks nice. They call it the Sierra Blue. Nice. Okay.
It's just blue. It's just blue. I find like the way that companies comment on their color naming scheme is just fascinates me. Like Taylor.
Mystic Bronze.
Yeah, that's a nice pink you have there.
Thank you. It's like a rose goldish in most lighting conditions. So pink.
So pink.
Yeah. Yeah. Metallic pink. Yeah, I like the color. I don't know.
Yeah. Which my camera doesn't display it very well, but I'm wearing like a pinkish shirt right now. It's more blending in with my skin tone, funny enough.
It's like beige on the camera.
It's closer to a pink. It's just my webcam kind of sucks, so it looks closer to my skin tone.
Yeah. Anyway.
Did they say they still haven't officially announced the S22, right?
No, they haven't. They won't announce the S22 probably until late January, early February for the launch in mid-February. So
yeah,
they usually announce it like 10 days before the actual launch.
That's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Might as well just get it done.
Right.
What else do we have to talk about? Yes, the Switch. Let us switch to our next topic. How about that?
Hey.
Transitions. That's how you do them.
Yeah.
Specifically, Nintendo has commented saying Switch has only reached the middle phase of its life.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, knowing that it's halfway through?
I think we need to redefine halfway through. I don't know. It's just like so. First, let me ask. Well, no, I mean like let me ask you this: do you think there will be an actual like processing power hardware bump iteration of the Switch?
No.
Okay.
At this point,
no. Okay, then I'm of similar mindset. So it's like the chip in 2017 was already the chip in 2017 was already a little bit dated.
Yeah, to
here
be
we
fair,
are,
it's for a
different... 4.5 years on.
Yeah.
And it has another 4.5 years left to it, apparently.
Yeah.
So
to be fair, it's not going to be as powerful as most other things. It's made to be a little bit more mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't
know. Things are really going to be held back by it, though. The games on it are going to be kind of held back by it.
I mean, it depends.
And we already kind of saw it with Metroid Dread. Like, the performance does dip in a lot of, like, kind of critical moments in that game, speaking from experience. So...
I'm just going to be devil's advocate on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened with Legend of Zelda when that came out, Breath of the Wild. There's performance issues there. They improved it over time. I imagine they could do the same with Metroid Dread.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying there's like a much lower ceiling, sort of thing that the Switch can hit. So, yeah.
But going into the news article itself with it says, Nintendo is making one thing very clear. The Nintendo Switch isn't being replaced anytime soon. Many hope that the nearly 5-year-old hybrid console will get a successor in the near future, but it is... but in the Q&A with call investors, Nintendo explained that the console is in the middle phase of its cycle, as highlighted in the transcript of the call by industry analyst David Gibson. Nintendo has also released a 48-page document which includes reference to the Switch successor arriving.
Let's just read all of it on the podcast. Fuck it.
The 48 pages?
Yeah, I'm joking.
No. No, I don't want to sit down that long. I don't have water.
You do. It's just dog water.
I mean, you're wrong, but I haven't had the opportunity to drink it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either with somebody becoming a member or with somebody doing a super chat. I'll expand it there. How about that?
Okay.
Where was I? Oh yeah. The Nintendo has a history of keeping its consoles around for long term. The 3DS and Wii has a long lifespan at 9 and 11 years respectively. Add to that the continuing popularity of the Switch, and Nintendo doesn't have much incentive to move on as quickly as it did with the last gen Wii U hardware. Just drink the water. Make me. The console lasted a little over 4 years before the Switch introduction, but it was widely regarded as a failure. With the launch of the Switch OLED, Nintendo is aiming for a sixth year of growth, something never before experienced with its dedicated video game platform business. No company wants to move on from a platform which is still growing, hence the non-committal of 20XX date above.
Wait a minute, hold on.
They didn't even commit to 2020X. 20XX. But while this news may lay to rest some hopes for an entirely new console in the near term, it doesn't necessarily.
Wait, hold on. This article forgot about the Wii U.
What do you mean?
So if you scroll back up, it says, okay, no, Nintendo has a history of keeping its consoles around for the long term. The 3DS and Wii had a long lifespan of 9 and 11 years, respectively. The Wii had a lifespan of 6 years because the Wii U launched in 2012. The Wii launched in 2006. Oh, okay. Of support. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did they just forget about the Wii U? Not that I blame them. But...
No, they talked about the Wii U.
Okay.
Were you not listening?
I've already read the article, so no.
You were listening. Your growth will yield you nothing. Hey, it never hurts to try, am I right?
True.
But yeah, so I mean, for the Wii, it was 11-year lifespan because it was still supported after the Wii U was released.
Yeah.
But the Wii U only had about 4 years. Rip. Where was I? Oh, with the launch of where was I? While the news may lay to rest hopes for an entirely new console in the near term, it does not necessarily rule out the potential for a future Switch Pro. For now, Nintendo has denied plans for another iteration of the Switch beyond the OLED model. Do you want a Switch Pro?
I mean, didn't we already just have this conversation of we aren't expecting any sort of
That's not what I was
processing bump?
I was asking, do you want a Switch Pro?
I don't think it'd be worth it, in all honesty.
Okay. My internet just stopped.
I don't think it'd be worth it. Okay. Yeah.
Not worth it? Gotcha. Especially after the OLED purchase.
Yeah, it's like I just don't think it would be worth it at that point.
Fair enough. Pretty straightforward on that part.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of a good chunk of the news that we had there. With it, I mean, it's not surprising. If the Switch year over year sales are still going up, completely understandable why they're not transitioning away from it. Because that's kind of nutty.
Why fix what's not broken?
Exactly.
I think what would happen is, like, if Nintendo were ever to like seriously iterate on the Switch, they would end up with another 3DS issue where it's like original 3DSs weren't able to run some of the games that came out later in the 3DS's life cycle. You had to have like the new 3DS or the new 3DS XL or whatever. You know, that naming scheme got really convoluted also.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Nintendo wants to avoid that as much as possible again. So, I think we're pretty much stuck with the hardware that we have.
That sounds about right. Yeah, not much to add there. I mean, with it, it's there. The big green bar is still going up. So.
Yeah. Why does Nintendo want to change anything? Big green bar still going up.
Easy. There we go. Right, people. Right.
Chat just isn't loading for me. Okay, there we go.
I just posted stuff.
Just like I'm stuck with the friends that I have. That is true.
You say my grift will yield me nothing, but yet you're a member, so... Checkmate. What was I gonna say? What else was I gonna say on that? Well, that's kind of like I guess that kind of like wraps up the news portion of it all.
Yeah.
with it. I mean, outside of that, is there any water cooler combos you want to have?
Can we talk about how the Samsung kitty called the Samsung executives retarded on Twitter?
If you can link it in the
That was
doc,
pretty funny.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Ice Universe.
Bring up the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Or are they stuck with me? We're stuck with you, sadly.
Oh no, he deleted the tweet, apparently.
Aww.
Pussy!
I mean, he is a kitty, so.
I know, true. It's more like his owner deleted the tweet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But for those who are not necessarily aware, there's a famous Samsung leader known as Ice Universe on Twitter, also known as the Samsung Kitty, because his picture is a cat.
Uh-huh.
And he had a tweet the other day, basically calling Samsung execs retarded, because of they're basically downgrading what you get compared to the S21 series or the Galaxy S series stuff, 21 series.
Mm-hmm.
Because he went from, what was it, like 12 gigabytes down to like 8, and the camera was also like bumped down as well. It was things like that, I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a very mad cat.
Mad kitty.
All right. So in one thing I saw earlier yesterday is that on was it? I always Short Circuit, one of Linus Tech Tips side channels. They posted a video called like about a keyboard and a waifu. And
it was Short Circuit.
Yeah, it was Short Circuit. Have you seen the video?
No, not yet.
Okay, the video is disappointing in my opinion.
Okay.
Because it's like as you would expect, they kind of bait it. I need to pull up the specific title and whatnot. There we go. It says get a waifu and a wireless keyboard. Like, this is the specific video right here as I circle it. With it, so it's titled that way, but the only thing that really comes with the keyboard that's like waifu related is like stickers, which and a poster. There's no like the keyboard itself doesn't have anything that like indicates it like being waifu related. I was like, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the specific part for the.
It's not really.
Yeah. Let me see.
How much is this?
And the box. It's a wireless keyboard. It's interesting. Wireless mechanical. Like, here's the box art on it, which is actually looks really nice.
Yeah.
Later on, here's the actual keyboard.
This could be
itself.
Just me being like elitist gatekeeping, but like $110 wireless mechanical keyboard is probably not going to be stellar.
It's also, I've heard, is actually pretty good.
Okay.
But it also does have like mechanical switches in it, but they're low profile ones. Their travel and actuation distances are shorter. There's the poster for anybody who's interested. Let's see if I can find the stickers. You can see the stickers right here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just Newfie's own like mascot waifu.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that's a character.
It's kind of disappointing though. I was like, if you're gonna, because I came up with the concept of like, if you're gonna do a Y-forward keyboard, build it to the waifu. Like, it's
right.
like, I thought it'd be, because we are very much like into keyboards on this channel and whatnot. It'd be interesting to do a waifu, like a legitimate waifu themed keyboard build.
Oh, this is kind of what you were talking about to me earlier.
Yes.
Was like building a keyboard themed after a certain waifu.
Yes.
So it's like the REM build would be like blue.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a like
the RAM build would be red, or pink.
Whatever. Thank you very much.
Or pink.
Well, I mean, for the people in chat right now who are still watching it, whatnot, what are your thoughts on something like that? Would you be interested in seeing like specific keyboard builds like built to like specific anime characters or waifus or stuff like that? I think it would be pretty fun and enjoyable because it allows us to show a little bit more of a custom side of what you can do with keyboards outside of just like most people just look at a build and go like this, like that works, but it's like you don't commonly see it being built out after something anime related. Because
you would need to come up with some sort of cost-effective way to like do something a little bit more than just like a specific colored keycap set and whatnot, or like
well, it wouldn't be like necessarily that wouldn't necessarily be like that often. But you could
I know. I'm just saying we need to figure out like a way to like do engravings or something, or like images on the casing, or like do custom keycaps really easily. Yeah.
Well, there's a
you
website
can probably
that does
3D print keycaps. Yeah, that's more dying is the issue.
I can 3D print keycaps. I can do that. I do have a 3D printer here behind me. There's my Elegoo Mars Pro. But with it, that you only get whatever the color the resin comes in, so that wouldn't necessarily work too well. But I know there are websites that allow you to choose like custom colors and whatnot for like individual keycaps and things like that. And so I thought like that might be a little bit more interesting. But you can do like vinyl stuff with keyboards and things like that, and you could also draw on them with Sharpies and markers as well. There are options available. Yeah, you just have to be a bit more creative with it. But I think that would be an interesting.
Let's talk about it later. I have an idea.
We can talk about it right now.
No, it's fine. No.
Why not? We can get feedback from our audience live right now.
We already have degenerate keyboards. I like it. See, we got a supporter.
Fair enough. Because I know like a lot of people do like themes about their PCs being built to stuff like that. Their rig itself, but like the accessories don't necessarily go with that type of thing. Well, I think that'd be a fun concept. We'd have to, of course, we'd have to find a way to make it a little bit more economical. And I don't think, like, we would not be able to do that like a monthly series.
No, that'd be a once in a little while.
Yeah, every so often. At least until we have the ability to do more stuff with that type of thing.
Right.
The revenue stream goes up. Green bar goes up. But I think that would be like an interesting series to kind of do and build upon in the future. Especially since we are massive degenerates and have a anime figure in literally every single video, almost every single video we do. Every one that we do nowadays, at least. Yeah. I mean, do you have any other concepts or like that you want to talk about?
In terms of like video concepts?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay.
It would be. I guess the only other thing would be like it'd be fun to like figure out a way to do like custom designs on a mouse yourself or something. Like everybody talks about keyboards. What about mice?
That's true. I guess the big thing you could do there would be more like vinyl wraps, more like D-brand.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of the bigger thing. Oh, that would require having some way to be able to. Oh, actually tabbed to something I didn't mean to. But that'd be kind of like something you'd have to like look into for like vinyl prints and whatnot, because that's a little bit harder. Unless you just paint it by hand.
Yeah.
Which is a no thank you for me, at least in most cases. With that, I think that's just about everything. We've gone through our news topic. It's been just about an hour now.
Correct.
Yeah. And I haven't had to drink dog water.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yes. Nobody's willing to chill out for it like I'm chilling out.
Correct.
Facts. Speaking of chilling, I don't think Anthony has still gotten back to us about that plan.
Nope.
All right, I'll message him later.
Oh, I'll do it right now.
Do it. Oh. I'm gonna get an alert from Discord. Luckily, I have the Discord streamer thing going up, so we're good there.
Automatically mute notifications.
Pretty much. All right. Well, I think we could start wrapping up. What do you say?
Correct. Yes.
All right. Cool.
I agree.
Where can the good people find you, Tylamps?
Find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809.
All right. Perfect. And yeah, if you wish to find myself, I do have a Twitter. It's at @filmedbygman. I actually just got a new Twitter banner. Thanks to courtesy of Sean. He was doing a photo for a class, and he made a nice one that I really like, so I put it on my banner.
Nice.
But more importantly, if you want to be able to follow Tech for Thought on other platforms, and we do ask that you do share our content, because the only way we can grow is with the help of viewers like you. Is Twitter at tech_4_thought. That's one of our biggest platforms. We post most of our stuff going there live, as well as other various tweets. Instagram at tech_4, spelt FOR_thought. Of course, as well, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you really want to support us, become a member here and get access to those custom emotes. We'll make more as we go along and make them look much more funny as well.
Yes. It will only improve from here.
Right. See, the goal is to become enough of a degenerate that we can get our own anime figure line.
Right. Yeah.
That would be the goal.
Make our mascot into a
anime figure.
Into a figure.
Yep.
That you will be able to buy one day.
That'd be the goal.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that kind of wraps it up. And of course, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.
Bye.